The Chamber of Commerce still doesn't like the SpeedNet acquisition. Tonight, they are demanding an independent valuation. And is Minister Anthony Molle taking a subtle swipe at the PM? He says the people are speaking loudly about the SpeedNet acquisition. And we ask, but is he listening? You'll see his exclusive interview. Also, the Independent and the UDP senators may be teaming up to block all legislation approved by the PUP House majority. Plus, the police communication workers for justice were back on the front line, demonstrating against their former employer. We'll take you there. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, February 5th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In 2005, a prime minister and his favorite minister refused to listen. They tried to force a deal that the people didn't want. They thought they were untouchable. They fractured their government, and it led to their demise. 20 years later, the movie is repeating. Different prime minister, same arrogance. He isn't listening either. And look who's back. In 2004, she was at the center of the Social Security scandal.
19 million more. That's how much the government of Belize will have to pay the Ashcroft Alliance.
Today, she's on the BTL board, supporting a deal that will benefit the Briceño family. History repeats itself. The same faces making the same bad deals at the expense of the same people. You, different decade, same old corrupt PUP.
On every major road network, in urban and rural communities, the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Houses road maintenance units are doing the work and making a difference. But this program is much more than just cleaning roadsides and patching potholes to enhance road safety. And it is much more than picking up garbage dumped illegally or thrown from passing vehicles. This program is about providing steady, stable employment to Belizeans in every district and giving them the opportunity to positively impact their communities.
This present government here, the Ministry of Infrastructure and Housing, has created a unit which we call the Road Maintenance Unit.
Well, we work for MIDH. We do road maintenance. We take care from the boundary of Orange Rock, Corozal to the border.
That is a normal routine, chopping and leave the place clean, make the tractor can pass. No stone, no iron, nothing, no sign is in the way for the tractor man.
We maintain the culverts for sub-repair for when the storm comes, pick up the garbage that is all around. So when storm comes, the open drains are clean so water can flow good.
We patch up the streets and maintain it clear, right? Like patch it with premix and tar and stuff like that. The entire Corozal district.
Every day we do like chip and seal. We patch the road, like cut out the hole and put premix in the hole, put tar first, then put in the premix. And we maintain the bus shed there, cut up the bus shed there, make sure people safe. I think when they go bus shed there, could breathe some fresh air. We pick up the garbage there along the highway, and we maintain from Malante to Belize City, on the George Price, and on the Philip Golson, we go all the way to Cooking Tree. And we make sure all the roads there, all the holes there cover, and people who drive could drive safely there.
Right here we are working in Toledo. I see the much appreciation of the people that they're happy what we are here for them now. And they could see the work, and it's proof right here.
He helps me a lot because I can maintain my family, my bills, got a straight job, working with the government 17 years.
Yes, this is something very important and very necessary that it provides job all year round.
This is the way I make my food, so I have to do it.
It help a lot too, 'cause I could provide in the house, help pay a bill to car, couldn't do that in the past years too. So since I did this MIDH trying to help, I make sure I do my part because bills there to pay.
I've been working here at the MIDH going to 18 years. And I'm so proud that I am working in this ministry.
The genuine debate Belizeans are having about the proposed consolidation in telecommunication and how it will improve, upgrade and expand services must not be confused nor equated with the UDP's desperate attempt to score political points through violent and reckless behavior.
With the opposition people trying to go into the office, the way they did it, the members are scared now, they're not going to come out. It defeats the purpose of why the union is out here. We're not here to break up anything. This is Social Security Board. The meeting isn't even happening in there. What will they do if they go in there? Attack our members? Then these people will go in there and protect our members. So we're asking, hold it down, man. This is not what the NTUCB is out here for.
That's what the union leaders are saying, and how Belizeans generally are feeling. Reject the UDP's violent political agenda, and let the peaceful consultation and education process continue.
I sit at the pleasure of the Prime Minister.
And what is the Prime Minister's pleasure? Could it be sealing the deal on an acquisition that will make his family $18 million richer? And why has Chairman Bacon gotten such a lucrative contract to the tune of almost $400,000 a year?
So if the Prime Minister thinks that I'm not doing his job.
But you're doing his job, aren't you? Chairman Bacon is the first chairman in history to be given a fireproof clause. He was appointed for 5 years. Why give him that kind of protection?
The Brisenians to stop exploiting this country and stop saddle Belizeans with debt for your own self-enrichment.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Newton Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology. It's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Between yesterday and today, persisting reservations about the proposed BTL acquisition of SpeedNet has come from two key places. Yesterday, the Social Security Board of Directors, resisting pressure from the government, again did not take a position supporting the acquisition, but voted to continue its process of due diligence. And this afternoon, the Chamber of Commerce weighed in again with their third release, saying they don't like the deal as it's currently on the table. A press release says, following consultations with BTL on January 28, its fundamental concerns remain unaddressed. These include whether the transaction complies with the Telecommunications Act, which prohibits agreements that significantly lessen competition, the valuation methodology, which was not subjected to independent scrutiny, the use and impact of public funds, and the impact on consumers and businesses that have diverse needs. BCCI is also concerned with transparency as it relates to political interference. To address these, BCCI is now calling for complete transparency and full disclosure of the transaction, an independent valuation by a firm with no ties to Belize or a stake in the outcome, extensive, meaningful public consultation and enactment of consumer-focused competition and merger control laws before any consolidation proceeds. And tonight there is another minister urging caution with the proposed acquisition. Today on San Pedro, we asked Minister of Tourism Anthony Mola if his Eastern Caucus would fall in line behind the Northern Caucus and publicly endorse the acquisition. He was definitely lukewarm about that and seemed to throw a slight jab at the PM when he said, "I would have handled it differently."
Would you support any endorsement of the acquisition from the Eastern Caucus of the PU?
Well, I don't think that's for the Eastern Caucus to do. There's a lot more consultation to be had, and then we see where it goes from here. But I think the people are speaking loudly, and I'm sure the Prime Minister will make the right decision on behalf of the country and the people of this nation.
The PUP is taking a political hammering because of the proposed acquisition. The NTUCB, the Chamber of Commerce, the Independent Senators, the National Evangelical Association have all spoken out against it. Is it really worth the loss in political popularity?
Only time will tell. I would have made a different decision. I would have approached the entire thing differently. But we will see what the final decision is. I have no play in BTL or how that moves, but I hope sensible minds prevail and they make the right decisions.
And while he wants sensible minds to prevail, Molla has a clear view of the acquisition. He worked in multiple senior executive positions at Smart for many years before taking office. And perhaps not surprisingly, he says, the company he helped to build is well worth $80 million.
I said this many years ago, just being a part of telecoms for a long time, that there has to be consolidation for growth of any company. The technologies coming out, the modernization of infrastructure that's needed, these things are consistent, they're capital intensive. And so the nature of the business just being focused primarily on data, because all the traditional revenue streams have gone away for the most part. So traditional voice, traditional SMS, traditional everything else other than data, that's where it is right now in terms of revenue streams. And now how it's done, that's a different thing. I think there should have been much more consultation before. They should have been open with the information being put out. But there are experts to do those things and to put those types of deals. But mergers and acquisitions happen. It's just not a part of our culture here in Belize. But that happens everywhere in the world. Now, I can tell you when I was at SpeedNet, the value of it was like somewhere around 70-75 million. And so over time, and I've been out of it for about 6 years now, almost. And so the value probably would have gone up a little bit. But just count the number of base stations or sites that they have across the country, multiply it by somewhere, anywhere. If you lowball it to 300,000 per site, which it's more than that. When I was a part of that process, sites could have gotten up to $1 million, depending on the land that you need to purchase and how big the tower is going to be and the infrastructure that you're going to put on it. So, I mean, sometimes everybody wants to be negative. This project here had some level of negativity towards it, but when you look at it, it enhances the area, right? So if we were just to say here, everybody's going to be negative and we're not going to do something because they're negative towards it for whatever reason, then nothing would happen anywhere in this world or in this country.
But one man's negativity is another's strategy to save BTL from an overpriced deal. And the fact is, as the first working session of Parliament takes place tomorrow in Belmopan, the PUP majority may be facing difficulties with the upper house or the Senate, where they don't have the majority. In a statement dated January 9th, the 4 independent senators stated that in the event of a planned acquisition, they will operate as a unified bloc to stop the acquisition. But what does that really mean? Well, we take it to mean that they will block bills coming from the lower house, but to do that, well, they would need the support of the UDP senators. Party leader Tracy Panton says it is already understood that they will do the same.
Is the UDP prepared to join the independent senators to block legislation which may come from the lower house into the Senate? The Senate, the independent senators are referred to a unified bloc. They will need the 7 senators to block all legislation that comes from the House. Would you all be prepared?
That has already been established. We will not move forward unless the government takes the time to listen to the voices of the people.
We'll see where that goes. The BTL executive team pitching the sale has so far not met with the independent senators. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll show you the former BTL employees who were picketing at their corporate office. Plus, the Royal Cajal Resort in San Pedro is being sued for $100 million. But the tourism minister isn't shedding any tears for them. He says, let the chips fall where they may.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February, only at Benquit Equipment Parts Service.
Remember when Senator Bacon was still a senator? He spoke about transparency and honesty.
If you don't have anything to hide, why don't you bring it to light?
So why did Chairman Bacon hide this? The first ever employment contract for a chairman. Locked in for 5 years with a salary nearly $400,000 a year.
Remember, BTL is owned by the people of Belize.
So while you struggle with high rates, he collects nearly $400,000 a year and gets paid even if he's no longer a director of the company. So even though everyone wants him gone,
NTUCB members wanted to demand Chairman Mark Lizarraga's resignation.
Chairman Lizarraga needs to go.
Bacon ain't giving up that fat salary. And even if he's removed, he still gets paid.
I sit at the pleasure of the Prime Minister.
Because that's how Chairman Bacon rolls.
Marriage is an important life event that must be recorded at the Civil Registry Department and Vital Statistics Unit. Only the following persons are authorized to record a marriage: marriage officer, groom or bride, someone authorized by the bride or groom. What documents you'll need to record a marriage within 1 year of that marriage: the bride's and groom's ID, a proof of marriage form, and marriage register issued by the marriage officer. If recording a marriage is on behalf of someone, authorization form is needed and downloadable from the VSU's website. Only the following IDs are accepted: for Belizeans, Social Security card or passport; for foreigners, passport or national ID. The new CRVS, digitally connecting citizens to all vital statistics services. Visit crvs.gov.bz today to record your marriage.
The genuine debate Belizeans are having about the proposed consolidation in telecommunication and how it will improve, upgrade and expand services must not be confused nor equated with the UDP's desperate attempt to score political points through violent and reckless behavior.
With the opposition people trying to go into the office the way they did it, the members are scared now. They're not going to come out. It defeats the purpose of why the union is out here. We're not here to break up anything. This is Social Security Board. The meeting isn't even happening in there. What will they do if they go in there? Attack our members? Then these people will go in there and protect our members. So we're asking, hold it down, man. This is not what the NTUCB is out here for.
That's what the union leaders are saying and how Belizeans generally are feeling. Reject the UDP's violent political agenda and let the peaceful consultation and education process continue.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westwell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Champion security, champion security, champion security.
Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, Champion Security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out what they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where safety is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it, it's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
"27-year-old Benyati Brandon of La Democracia Village has been charged for the murder of his cousin, 21-year-old Paul Smith Jr., and the attempted murder of 24-year-old Tyrese Lewis Allen. The charges stem from a Tuesday morning shooting in La Democracia Village in which Smith Jr. was fatally shot while Allen sustained a gunshot wound to the knee. Police say surveillance footage aided their investigation, leading to Brandon's arrest. The motive, according to sources, was a long-standing dispute. Bail was denied and Brandon is scheduled to return to the Belize City Magistrates Court on May 18, 2026. The Belize Communication Workers for Justice were back out on the streets this morning protesting in front of their former employers' corporate headquarters. As we told you, the CCJ made a ruling ordering BTL to pay severance even to workers who had gotten a pension. BTL has agreed to pay one batch of employees at the cost of about $10 million, but have not done so for this older group, which may cost another $10 to $12 million. But with the company looking to fork over $80 million for SpeedNet, these former employees aren't backing down until they get it. And while their group is small, their message is loud. Courtney Menzies was on the ground this morning and has this story.
The Belize Communication Workers for Justice have not given up the fight for severance from BTL. Though they participated in the UDP's protest against the acquisition yesterday, they were in front of BTL today with the second round of picketing the corporate headquarters of the business where many of them worked for decades. According to their rep, Emily Turner, they wanted to protest for the entire week but were denied on most days, and she believes their voices are being stifled.
What they did inform us is that they gave us Thursday. And they said, well, if we wanted Friday, we can apply. Well, we applied again on Tuesday, giving them 48 hours that is required by the law. Yesterday, they informed us that is also denied. They're denying that from us as well. So we have yesterday, we appealed it to the Commissioner of Police because we are saying, you cannot take away this right from us. You have to tell us why. I understand that they may be stretched thin, but these are the laws and we have the right to protest. So we have appealed it to him. They made contact that they acknowledge it. And so we right now are waiting to hear what will be the results of that appeal. And as you guys have seen, this is a very peaceful protest. Nobody is running in there. The police are even falling asleep because it's not a big group. We're not a big group. We are an older group of people and we just want to make this known. We have to make this known because look, if we didn't do this, a lot of these people would be suffering in silence while these type of companies are raped, they're abused, and big people like Michael Ashcroft, they start coming back to get money from companies like BTL.
And they're hoping they get approved for tomorrow since they haven't heard any word from BTL. They're expecting an answer tomorrow, but they believe that with the CCJ ruling, the matter of their severance shouldn't even be up for debate.
We haven't gotten any indication that they are changing their position. Well, let me say a little. On last week, Friday, they did write us and ask us to give them until February 6th, which is tomorrow. And so that they are reviewing with attorneys and they will get back to us. So we wrote them back yesterday or Tuesday. And we told them, what are you going to get a mere attorney to go and interpret the ruling of a CCJ where you had very experienced judges of the Caribbean Court of Justice of CARICOM, where we all recognizes as the highest court. What are these mere attorneys gonna say that will be different than what these people have already said? So we said, no, we don't want to hear what your interpretations are. We just want to know when these checks are gonna be ready so that we can then organize our people to come and collect them.
The severance is already a debt that is there. So what happened? You pack it, don't they get weak? You want to weaken it even more with $80 to $100 million to give away?
But Turner says even if they receive a favorable answer tomorrow, that won't bring an end to their action.
We do have another issue that we have to address with the police tax service, where they now came and said, because we understand that they were calling BTL to tell them when they heard about the judgment and that BTL will settle. Oh, they start calling. You need to tax it. You need to send with tax. With wait for a tax. What that all about? We will continue advocating. There's a lot of information. Like myself, I was in this industry for 25 years as a software engineer, and I understand acquisitions. I have worked alongside in strategic positions to validate these things, especially in the technical area. So we will be continuing our attending morning shows and sharing information. We need to continue speaking on this issue, and this group will remain together so that we can continue talking about that. I believe that we want to continue being vanguards of these national issues. Just because
ECWJ will be here for the long haul. We are here for workers, not only the workers in BTL. We are here for workers, for each and every one of you and your families who works and work so hard to make a living. We are here for everyone.
And they're hoping that the Belize Communication Workers Union, whose members work inside these corporate headquarters and which they helped to establish, will join them.
Their money was set up so that the Belize Communications Workers Union of today can have that. We pass that on to them. We have asked them for their support. And I can say that we are disappointed because all we see is them, they are peeping through the windows and they are supposed to be doing a poll, like a survey to see if they will come out and support. I think it will be sad if we end up finishing this and they do not show up.
Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
Yesterday, the UDP was not the only organization that applied to protest in front of the Social Security Board. Both NTUCB and the BCWJ were denied their applications. The reason cited was that, other than the 48-hour notice, they claimed to have limited officers to police. Representatives from the BCWJ, Emily Turner, said that she always assumed it was in her right to protest whenever.
There a reason that you were rejected for the 2 days?
They're saying that they were not supposed to initially give it to us that way, that it was supposed to be done, that you have to apply for it every day and it has to be 48 hours. And then for today, we asked for today as well, and they said, well, they already had this protest, so they didn't have enough manpower to be looking over both of the protests.
And how do you feel knowing that your right to protest is in the hands of the Belize Police Department?
Exactly. Because I thought that was my right. I didn't know that once I want to go and protest that I need to get their approval. That's by the Constitution. I'm supposed to just tell you that I will protest and you are supposed to do what the law, like administer it. You're not supposed to be, I'm not asking you for approval. The approval is already given in our Constitution.
As you heard in the story, the BCWJ is presently waiting for another protest permit. Earlier this week, we reported on the U.S. lawsuit against Royal Cahal Beach Resort and Expedia for $100 million. A postmortem and toxicology report confirmed the deaths of 3 American tourists was due to carbon monoxide poisoning, likely caused by a faulty water heater. In an interview with WBZ Boston, Louis J. Moggio, one of the lawyers representing the plaintiffs, said the basic premise of the case is that it was a preventable death. Here's a clip from that story.
3 young Massachusetts women, Wafai LLR, Kautar Nakad, and Iman Mala, lost their lives at the Royal Cahal Resort in Belize due to carbon monoxide exposure while staying at a resort that actively marketed itself to American consumers. This was not an unavoidable accident. That, as we allege in the complaint, it was a foreseeable result of decisions that put safety last and bottom line profits first.
And so while that San Pedro resort is facing a massive lawsuit in the U.S., they should not expect any cover from the BTB. Today, the Minister of Tourism said, let the chips fall where they may.
It shouldn't have happened, and I say let the chips fall where they may, no? If that is the reality, then that is the reality.
We know that the lawsuit is being brought against both the resort ownership and Expedia, the travel website. What effect will this legal action have on the tourism?
Well, I haven't spoken to Expedia about that as yet. We had a meeting about the numbers and where we're looking at in terms of marketing and stuff like that, but we didn't discuss this issue as yet, but I will reach out to them. Any negative press that we get, I mean today's speed of how information is disseminated creates hurdles for us, and so we have to take it in stride. We have to continue to be authentic in our approach in selling Belize, in marketing Belize, and doing PR for Belize. And so whenever that issue is out there, then we have to deal with it appropriately. But to be honest, if it was my family, then I would have done the same thing. And so I can't fault the families. You come to Belize for vacation, not to die because of carbon monoxide poisoning. And that should not have happened. But it has happened. It has happened all over the world. And I grieve with the families. I had sleepless nights just thinking about those 3 young ladies.
And regardless of that incident and others like the hijacking of Tropic Air flight, Mala says that Belize still did pretty well in terms of tourism numbers in 2025 and continuing up into January of this year.
We did well regionally in terms of the Americas. The Americas was down by, I think, 1 or 2%. We're up by just over 1%. Again, a lot of the geopolitical issues, a lot of the trade wars, other issues, and sarcasm, but we still managed to reach a new level a new high for Belize. January this year again surpassed January last year, so we started this year on a good note. Marginally by somewhere by 100 or 200 additional visitors, but in parts of January had some extreme blizzard that we had some flights cancelled. So we could have done a little bit better, but I mean, you know the weather.
Mala credits these promising figures to the volume of marketing that they pumped into the industry with support from other tourism associations as well. It's a group effort that they recognize is important for the well-being of the industry, even if that means seeking advice from the opposition.
Well, just focus marketing and focusing on airlift and focusing on trying to improve the visitor experience with training and all of those things, getting Belize's name out there on the international stage at every possible moment. We are out there, including the private sector. I must say that we've had a tremendous partnership with the private sector, both BTIA, BHA, all the other associations throughout the country. We've worked well, we've planned with them. We're going through a new exercise right now to look for some new marketing agencies, and they're going to be a part of that decision process. I've also asked the Director of Tourism to reach out to the opposition to be a part of that process from day one. So they are going to be in the room to make recommendations. I know the leader of the opposition has a tremendous wealth of experience in tourism, and so that can only help.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll take you to the opening of one of San Pedro's major new tourist attractions. And we'll talk to the author of a new book about Belize's modern political landscape. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Mutong Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
2, 3.
The opportunity of having a home for myself. Very happy. This is something that is my personal.
As you can see, when they get these houses, it's an absolutely thrilling time, and I'm just absolutely overjoyed, man.
I had my own home, but the water came in.
I really appreciate this house.
These are humble, hardworking, honest people. They've worked all their lives, done a tremendous job with their children, have grown their children up to be considerate, responsible, hardworking citizens under really tough conditions. So they've done their part for this country.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Belizean academic Doctor of Political Science Harold Young is tonight releasing a new book titled Political Voices in Belize. It features 12 interviews aimed at making modern Belizean political history more accessible, particularly for younger generations. Clocking in at 500 pages, the book features interviews with 12 prominent political figures across the spectrum, offering insight into key national issues, leadership experiences, and the evolution of Belizean politics.
The goal, as I said, was to help fill the literature on Belizean politics for younger people to be able to read about people who have been in political life and what they've done over their careers to give a background into the history and how we arrived at where we are now.
Okay, so who does this book cater to specifically?
I'm going to say it goes to people born since independence or around that time. So people from zero to, well, they can't read at zero, but up to in their 40s, because those are the people that would have missed what it was like to be a colony and what it was like to get some of the issues on the table, Guatemala, economics, international relations, onto the platform that we all are talking about now. But it didn't just happen like that. It took time and a lot of effort by a lot of people.
What inspired you to write something like this?
I think the need for more readable, accessible information. And I think this book is written in a way that is very conversational, so it's easy to access. It's a very long book. It's 537 pages, but the chapters are independent, so you can read a chapter and don't have to, you just read a chapter and enjoy that. So if you want to read a one particular person, you just read about them, and then you can read something else. You don't have to read it from page 1 to page 537.
Okay, and so what is one part of the book that really stands out to you, or it's your favorite part, rather?
Well, my favorite part would be all the interviews. There were 12 interviews, so there are 12 chapters, one interview in each chapter. And it was really hearing what these political actors were thinking about, what issues they faced, how they managed them, what got them into politics, how they interacted with each other. So there's a lot of that.
The book launched this evening at the House of Culture. It is available for purchase at the Gallery Cafe on Northfront Street and Baked Cafe in Kings Park for $120. An opening ceremony for the new San Pedro Artisan Market was held today, and the Minister of Tourism was there to cut the ribbon and place his seal of accomplishment on the project. 2 years ago, when the project was first proposed, the vendors protested against it. And today, we found out for ourselves whether it proved to be a success or not. Jumari Lanza reports.
It's a project that faced much pushback during the planning stage, but the community of San Pedro and its artisans have come to embrace the new San Pedro Artisan Market, now that it's up and functioning. Today was the ribbon cutting for the new market, a project taken up by the Belize Tourism Board, investing up to $750,000 to bring the idea to life. The area representative was beaming with pride today. He told us that they have come a long way in making history. He calls the artisan market a first of its kind.
I recall that we have had some pushback, especially from the neighbors around, claiming that their view have been robbed and more to letting more public come around. But in the end, they began to see that this is taking up shape and that this look very much organized. And already, in fact, I say one of the neighbors already has invited some other people to set up their tables on the other side of the street by their property. So that is a sign that they are okay with it. But it's all as usual. In the beginning, we'll reach out to people who are not happy with it. But in the end, we as a government and we as a community and as a council and myself here, we have to move forward and start to develop. We do try to consult everyone, but again, we cannot please everyone.
But one artisan was pleased with the end product of the project. He not only has the space to showcase his products, but is also assured that they will stay dry and intact.
Everything that growth, if you look upon it as if you're growing a business and want to expand our be better yourself, you have to step up or else you get left behind. So this is a part of growth. You have to adapt. We don't have to worry about the weather and the rain and the elements, the Hamburg way, And with this, we have just started putting with shelf, like today the first day. We have started to put with shelf and start to uplift with self, leave it by leave it. So I say one lot of value in it, profit in it. But the profitous part that they foot road and they make people find way.
But this is only the beginning of a transformative venture. Minister of Tourism Anthony Mahler told us that they plan to do more infrastructural work within the area, including the construction of a boardwalk, which is the bow that will really tie this whole initiative together.
This is just another project that we have had in our plans, and it's finally been inaugurated today. So all of these things are community-based tourism. So if you see mostly small type of artisan shops are in here. So it's an artisan area, and we want to have some night markets and entertainment and food and some energy in this area. If you came here maybe a year ago, you would find a decrepit piece of real estate, right? Now it has been enhanced tremendously. And we have a lot more work to do. I think another component of this phase of the project is building out a dock whereby you can remove all of these smaller docks that are here, and everybody will get their space.
But initially there was an objection to the new artisan area. What have you done to ensure the inclusion for the persons who have occupied the last one at the Embarcadero?
Well, because the initial design was not appropriate for here, they wanted to go up as well. So as long as we kept it to one floor, the community was okay with it. And I agree with them.
So when you went from each little stall just now, what was the feedback like?
I mean, positive. They're already starting to do some business, and that's what we want, to ensure that the smaller folks who have investments in this industry get a fair chance of making a decent living for themselves and their families.
And while they have a new artisans market, Perez says one cannot ignore the eyesore that is the number of piers that are either derelict or falling apart right into the water. He says that there are too many docks on the island and it's become a problem.
I fully agree, and to a certain extent the general feeling of the community here is that I think we've really overrun with docks. In particular in the eastern side of the community, the San Pedro, a lot of docks are abandoned, derelict. We need to do away with those, and if those are being attempted to be sold or to be refurbished, we want to say no to that ones, right? And we are not giving any more permits for docks. That has to be a stop. We have in the eastern side, of course, it's been difficult to control. But in this side here as well, where I think we're very much controlled to where nobody else can do any more docks. In fact, there are some derelict that we'll be removing, and plans again to do something like a boardwalk here. So the mayor and I have showed it to the Minister of Tourism that this is the second phase that we want to look at and that sort of develop. In the case of Secret Beach, that is where we are at the right place there to say no more docks. It's perfect the way it is. There are a couple of docks, but that's it. We don't want to give any more. And I've had my run-in with some of the people that are not happy that they want a dock as well, but we are not entertaining at this point in time.
Mala also agreed that the old docks around their new development clashes with its aesthetic.
I'm saying just all the docks that we have are eyesores. I mean, many of them are not properly done. People want to walk on a beach and not be encumbered by any dock or anything. So a lot of these things aren't really necessary for doing business. I think once we organize ourselves properly, then we can truly reach our full potential, and that's across the country.
And are the locals, are they receptive to a project like that?
Well, I mean, that's something that we have to consult about, right? Consult with them about. Again, do you think this looks appropriate? All right, right? I mean, without hesitation, you said no. So we want to fix up these areas, and the border management facilities right over there, and that's a port of entry, and we get thousands of people through there from Mexico and other parts of the world who are visiting Mexico come into San Pedro that way, and then they go to Kikaker, and then they do the tour of the country.
And that's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indra Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbeliefs.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Have a pleasant evening. John Miriam Abdul Kawe here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on Monday. Until then, have a great one.